All right, we are now looking at worksheet 37, and we're going to use our knowledge of medians and angle bisectors. So we worked on medians. Medians mean you have a midpoint, okay? Angle bisectors mean you have congruent angles. You're splitting an angle in half. So medians mean you have a midpoint. That means segments are really congruent. Angle bisectors mean you have congruent angles. Now we have to watch what we're doing here. So on this figure, it says that Tn, okay, so find Tn. Tn and RL is a median. So here's T to N. So here's your vertex to opposite side. Mark these segments congruent because T is a midpoint of ML. Okay, RL is a median. Here's the vertex to the opposite side. This is congruent to this. Okay, so I think it's really important to label this. And it tells you find TM if LM is 20.6. Okay, LM is 20.6. The whole thing, right? So what's TM? Wasn't that half of it?
Yeah.
All right, so 10.3. Done. TM equals 10.3 units.
All right, we're done.
We're done with that problem. It was a nice try, though. All right. So it didn't really matter that this one was a median, but that's the idea that if we double 10.3, we'll get 20.6. This is also 10.3. I don't know anything else. That's all I know. Okay, now look at the next one. It says find x, okay, if IH, all right, IH, this guy right here, is x minus 4. So IH is x minus 4, and it says that DH is x minus 8. Now, first of all, DJ is a median, so that's congruent. D is a midpoint, and DH is x minus 8. All right, well, if this is x minus 8, isn't this also x minus 8? So here's what you guys can do. I'm going to do 2 of these x minus 8s would be equal to x minus 4.
Yeah.
If I double this, 1, 2 of those gives me the whole thing. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 8 is negative 16, and that equals x minus 4. Guys, if you would add this up, x and x is 2x, negative 8 is negative 16. Okay, so now I just need to solve this, right?
Yep.
I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I like to move that first. So x minus 16 equals negative 4. I'm going to add 16 to both sides, and I get x equals 12. And that's all it wanted me to find was x. Now, if it asked me to find the length of the sides, I would just plug it in. 12 minus 4 is 8, so the whole thing is 8 units. 12 minus 8 is 4. So there you go.
We're done.
With that problem, sure. Okay, now, the next one, it says IC. Okay, find I to C. Right here to the midpoint. There it is a median. And D to J is also a median. Now, it tells me the ED, the whole thing, is negative 1 plus 2x, all over 2. All right, this is a little messy. And it tells me ID, this little piece, is x plus 9 over 4. So here's what I know, guys. If this is x plus 9 over 4, isn't this also x plus 9 over 4? So 2 of these equals all of that. Okay, or you could say half of this. I'm not sure what you would do. I think a lot of you would do 2 of these equals negative 1 plus 2x over 2. That's the idea. If I know that these are the same, if I have 2 of those, it equals that. Now, I am going to either distribute that or cross cancel, and I'm choosing to cross cancel. Do you remember that with your fractions? Anybody remember that? This 2 goes into 2 once, it goes in here twice. I'm left with x plus 9 over 2 equals negative 1 plus 2x over 2. Do you remember how to solve when you have a proportion like this? Thank you. it's cross multiplication. Do you guys remember cross multiplication? You take the numerator, x plus 9, times the denominator, 2, and you say that equals 2, the denominator, times the opposite numerator. Anybody remember cross multiplying? Maybe we need to do some proportion work, Mr. Adams. All right, guys, so I'm going to distribute, and you're doing this along with me, right? 2x plus 18 equals, distribute, negative 2 plus 4x. Okay, so how do you guys want to solve this? Which way do you want to move?
Left.
You want to move the 2x to the left?
No, definitely not. But now you're.
Well, now I did it, and it's in pen. It's permanent.
I don't know. I just said left. I wasn't looking.
Well, I thought you wanted because it's a positive. So 18 equals negative 2, and then this comes together as a positive 2x, and then I would add the 2 to the other side. So I get 20 equals 2x, and even though the x is on the other side, that's okay. We're going to divide both sides by 2. So x is 10. Now, I'm not done. If you go back to the problem, it said find IE. Okay, so I got to slide this back up. X is 10, so what is IE? So if x is 10, IE is this little piece. So that would be 10 plus 9 over 4. So it'd be 19 fourths. That's not real pretty, but that's okay.
Good enough.
That's my final answer. Okay, so we'll have to work on the back, but the back is all about angle bisectors, okay? So if they tell me this is 36 degrees and that FP is an angle bisector, angle 2 is 36 degrees. And the measure of HFG, measure of angle HFG, is 72 degrees. So that's how simple that is, but we're going to have some algebra to do. So you guys will be able to finish that up tomorrow by using your angle bisector rules. All right, so if you look at the next one, it says find x if the measure of angle 2, okay, so that is 6x plus 5, and the measure of angle 1 is 7x minus 1. Now, it's important that we see that SP is an angle bisector. So that means if S to P is an angle bisector, you just say that these two things are congruent. So we know that 6x plus 5 equals 7x minus 1. You can set these equal. Now, you have to watch if they've given you the whole angle. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 6x from both sides, and I get 5 equals x minus 1. I'm going to add 1, and I get x equals 6. Now, that's all they asked me to do, but if they asked me to find the angle measure, I would take that 6 and plug it in and add 5. Okay, last one. First of all, it tells us that TP is an angle bisector. So T to P means that angle 2 is congruent to angle 1. Now, the measure of angle 1 is 4x minus 4. That means this is also 4x minus 4 because they tell me VTU. VTU is the big angle. VTU is this angle out here, and this whole angle is 7x. So what's that mean? It means that 2 of one of these is equal to the overall angle. And so that's what you need to think about. This angle plus this angle, so it'd be 8x minus 8. So you can see we'll get that. 8x minus 8 is equal to 7x. So I'm going to subtract the 8x this time to move it. I get negative 8 equals negative 1x. So positive x, divide both by negative 1, is 8. Now that's not what they asked me for. They said find the measure of angle 2. So angle 2 is right here. That's what I was looking for. The measure of angle 2 is going to be 4 times 8 minus 4. Well, 4 times 8, we've got 32 minus 4. So the measure of angle 2 is 28 degrees. There you go.